So many studies show that the more social we are, the healthier we are. But if you're a woman who's new to the city, making friends may be a tough thing to do. Well, the Vancouver Newcomers Club has been breaking women out of isolation for more than 30 years. Gina Haggarty and Peggy Whiteway are members, and they've been good enough to join us here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Peggy, let's start with you. What is the Newcomers Club and who can join?
Well, it's a club for women who are new to the city. Many of them come from all over the world, and I found that very interesting myself. And anybody can join. Anybody can join. If you're brand new to the city of Vancouver and interested in meeting people and learning about the city of Vancouver.
Nice. So, Gina, what were your circumstances? How long have you been involved?
Well, I've been here just about 3 years and involved in the club since almost the very beginning. I moved here because my former husband took a job here. So we picked up stakes and moved to Vancouver, still on the West Coast, and I jumped right in after about 3 months.
Okay, and what was that like? How did that help you?
Well, it was a very difficult time for me because in the interim, unfortunately, our son passed away.
Oh dear.
So it was an extremely tough time. But at some point, I had to make the decision, jump in and surround myself, I think, with women, caring women. I've always felt that that's the best way to get through things, and that's what I did.
I'm glad you found that community. That's great. Peggy, what kinds of things do you do? What kind of social mixers or?
Well, I hate to use the cliche, you name it, but really it kind of is like that. Whatever the interests of the gals in the club are what we do. We do lots of outdoor things like hiking and snowshoeing in the winter, golf in the summer. Then we do like booky things, book clubs. We have a knitting group. Then of course there's dining and wine tasting and that sort of thing.
How big a group are we talking about?
Well, we have on average around 80 women.
80?
Yes. And it goes up and down throughout the year depending on when people are coming and going.
You know, I've often heard about Vancouver that it can be a kind of a cold city when you come. Peggy, what was your experience and why did you get involved in the first place?
You know, it was that for me, and I was so shocked because you have this sense of it being such an outdoor wonderful place and people will get out, but I found it such, and I don't know whether it was my age or what, but the newcomers bridged that gap, if I could use that phrase, and it gets us going. It gets us connecting with people and doing things that we'd like to do. If we, you know, I'm looking at all these beautiful pictures of Vancouver behind, and you think, well, I might like to do that, but I might not like to do that by myself. I wish I had somebody to do that with. It fills the need.
Well, so as you're mingling then with these dozens and dozens of other women, are there similar stories? Are there similar backstories that you're both discovering? Maybe Gina first.
Well, I say it's, you know, a great group to get started in because we have the best conversation starters. It's what brings you to Vancouver and where did you move from? And from there, people find out the different interests and gravitate to the different activities. And it gives us a basis for talking and doing things at the same time. And you pick and choose each month what you want to do, how much you want to do. And at some point, if you want to lead an activity, if you see that we need to start a golf group like Peggy did, then you just get out there and you do it.
Well, I guess the variety is the key. I mean, what would make this different from joining a cooking club or strictly a book club, for example, Peggy?
Well, I think you've said it. It's the variety, and people just gravitate to the interest of what they've got. And on our website, it states all the different things that we do, the books we've read, the restaurants we've gone to, so a person can look and see, oh, this looks like something for me.
Now, how does this fill a need, I guess, what you might not find with your neighbors or with your former friends, I guess?
Well, I think, you know, the socialization is so important. Many of us are on Facebook to keep in contact with people that are from where we came from. But it's that talking to people about experiences that we've been through, tough times we've been through, life changes, and even the happy times. We like to get together and celebrate those. And certainly learning about Vancouver, learning about BC, learning about the Okanagan and the wine trip we take there, it's all very stimulating.
There's road trips too.
There's road trips which bring out the best in everybody.
You've got to love that. But it still is the Newcomers Club. How long can you be a newcomer?
I'm just about at the end. 4 years. You can be a newcomer for 4 years. And then, as they say, you go on to the alumni and you can carry on there. It's a little bit different, but it allows a room for rotation of new people to come in. And it keeps it so that all the people who are in the Newcomers Club are in the same boat. We're all new, rather than the old ones that know everything.
But you're not really saying goodbye.
Not really.
When you're moving on, but you're still connected. Thank you both so much for coming in. It sounds like a great way to connect with new people to the city. Thanks.
Thank you,
No,
Gloria.
my pleasure.
Thanks.